Hi guys, happy Friday. It's Brenda Sue from BC Boutiques and my friend Javi today, and we're here to show you a nice little project that we did in the January class. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that was the mini assemblage class. We talked about mini assemblage a little bit last week. We made the lockets. That was part of the class, but this necklace was also part of the class, and it was quite a hit. I made, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them during the class and right after, and they sold like so fast. People just loved them. And they're mixed metals, which I personally like. I don't know, if you don't, then don't mix the metals. Keep them all in one tone. But they're mixed metals. And what I did to make this, I think this one's better than the ones I had. But, you know, like they say, the more you make, the better you get. Well, anyway, is basically this. It's just this brass ox butterfly, which we have at bcboutiques.com. Not expensive. And on the back of it, because there's no holes or anything, I applied 2 veils that look like this. Like they look like little spoons. We have them on the website too. Okay, so I didn't bring my next, I was going to bring another one in so you could see how they go on. But I'll just kind of show you over this. What you do is you just get a little bit of glue in here and in here, and then you just slide them in place. So you need a butterfly. Whether it's a butterfly that you want to cut out of metal, you can do that. Or you want to use one of ours, or you could make one out of clay if you want to do that. You could do that, you know, however you want to do it. Make one out of filigree. You can make it larger, smaller, whatever. But this is the one that I used, and it was the easiest one. So for this project, you're not going to need a whole lot of stuff. This is the main part, this one, whatever you want to use for a butterfly. And then your bails, top and bottom, so you can make it hang. And then you just need like little bits and pieces parts. Now what I like, some of my favorites are these. I'm just going to pull them over so you can see. I really like the little Rosemontees. Can you see that, Javi? The little Rosemontees. I love this little tiny compass. There's north, yeah. It actually is correct. These were things, I was told these were things they used to put in soldiers' emergency kits to help them find where they were if they got lost. And they still make them, and I buy them as a jewelry part, and I've had it. Oh goodness, as long as we've been online since '97, so I love these because they're a little bit of movement. So that's a good thing to use. I like these little pave rhinestone hearts. I like the little metal pieces, the little sprigs and flowers and stuff that we have on the website. I like this one. This is one of my favorites too. This I love you to the moon and back heart. I love that. And then I have some little, you know, sprigs and leaves and other kind of stuff. So it's basically, you can use what I use or not, you know. But I'm going to show you what I do, and then you could take it from there to make it your way. It's all about what you like. Oh, I'm also meant to tell you, something I found to be just invaluable when you do mini assemblage is this part, which is actually a bead cap. But if you turn it over, it has little engravings inside. It looks like a flower. It's perfect. I use this also when I do the beading with wire as well. And I like this part, which is a BC 1928 pewter, cast pewter part that the 1928 jewelry company makes for us. And I love using that. You can see where I have used that a lot in this piece. See, I have one right here, here. So I'm thinking flow. I always think flow. However you may want to make it flow is up to you. But this one flows like this. Makes your eye travel. Is what it does. And then this is the little caviar beads, or some people call micro beads. We have them on our website as well. And we have them in sets, big sets of different colors. But this is the gold vial, which I was a little partial to. If it wasn't this, it would have been a silver one. So anyway, so I'll kind of use that for the cracks and pieces and stuff. So how about, let's just go ahead and decorate this butterfly up and see what happens. And then I'm sure you're just going to want to do it. You might have one of these in your stuff, you know, in your stash and stuff already. So of course, you know, I use the 6000 glue, and I do have a partial here, but it's kind of gone down, and sometimes you get kind of glurpy at the end. So I am going to have a brand new for this project. It doesn't want to pierce it, so I will have to do something else. Come on, you. I should have opened it already. Huh. I've never had one of these been stubbed. There we go. There we go. Now, of course, I want to wipe that off right away because I don't want it to stick. Oh, and also I always have to repeat anytime I use these 6,000. Remember, you don't want to be drinking from open vessels or eating a sandwich or an apple or something while you're doing this, because sadly this glue is toxic. And if you use it in a room where you have some ventilation and you don't use it every day or for too long, you're fine. But if you use it a lot, you've got to have some really good airflow, and you never want to be eating with it. Okay, so this kind of wants to rock a little bit, so I might see if I can flatten it just a little bit, and then I'll tip it again. Thank you, Javi.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, it's still going to wiggle a little bit. That's okay for now. All right, so I'm going to see how did I start this out up here. Well, actually, I don't know if you can really see, but right here in this piece, there's a little hummingbird with a raised wing. I just happened to have that from back when we had the class last January. I don't have any on the website right now, but I did use him. So we'll have to compensate for that and use something else. But I do have this, so I think I might start out like that. So what I have to do, if I'm going to use this, and this is a little cast zinc piece, I will have to take that hanging hole off. Maybe not have to, but I prefer to in this case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down in there as tight as I can. And zinc is tougher than pewter, so you may have to force it a little bit. Just try to get the most off you can. If you can't get it all flush, don't worry about it too much, because there are ways to compensate, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. But anyway, yeah, I got a little bit more of an ear on there left than I'd like, but we're going to make up for that. So this is going to go about here, and then what I'm going to do is I also love this little purpose I was telling you about, as the little rose dangle from Beast of 1928. Okay, so this is pewter. It is pewter. So it's soft, and you're going to see the difference here when I go to cut this off, because I don't want this hole on it either. So I go to get in here. Did you hear how it just came off so fast? It's softer metal. So sometimes that's good, sometimes that isn't. It just depends. But anyway, in this case, it's good. And there's still a little nubbin on that, so I want to take it off, and I'll have to probably go side to side, kind of scrape a little bit, but it'll come down. If that doesn't work, then all I got to do is take a nail file, you know, one of those big black nail files that they use in the salon, and just kind of file it down. It'll be fine. So, but what I'll do, kind of compensate for that, is they'll go like this together. So let me show you, and it'll be fun. So I'm going to kind of place this up here. Of course, I don't want to get too much glue, but I want to get enough. That should be. See? And then I'm just going to kind of slide it in place where I want it to be. That's about right. A little bit, you know, kind of sideways, not straight up and down. Although, if you like straight up and down, that's for you to decide. I just don't like it straight up and down in a case like this. So I just put a little bit on the back of that. You take a little bit off, and then just kind of smush that right into there, and then you don't have any issues with rough edges. You're fine. You're fine. Okay, so I'm going to smooch this down just a little bit. Put this here. And then, I don't know if you can tell, but right about here is a little Rosemonte, just for a little bit of glitzy bits. So we're going to take and we're going to put one of those in here. I think I have one out. If I don't, I'll get one. Here they are. They are so tiny. They're like 3 millimeter. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Okay, so what I'll do is I will take my little pinchers here. You could probably do this with, you know, pickup stick if you want, or katana or whatever. You could probably do that, but you don't have to. Just have to make sure that you get the shiny side up, because in case you don't know, let me just tell you a little bit about Monte's. This is a bigger one than I just used, but it'll be easier to show you. You got your shiny side on the one side, but it's mounted. It's mounted in a little tin mount that's been plated. And you can see here on the back, it's kind of got like an X, and you can go through there with wire. That's what they're made for, is like sew on garments or bead in with wire or whatever. That's what they're made for. So you want to be sure you have the shiny side up and not that side up, because you won't like it and you'll be sad. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, I see that I had a little sprig kind of going across from here that I liked. So let me just look, because I think I had one that was partially wired, and that would save us a little time. Yes, I do. This one's wired. So I'll use that. But you can glue your pieces and parts in too. This one's glued, and it looks just fine. But I think since I have this piece sitting here, I'm going to go ahead and use it with the wire parts in it. So that way I will try to get down underneath that hole there. That would be the best place. And I don't have to put it all the way going up the sides or anything. Plus I will be covering this part, so it'll be okay. But you'll notice that going down the side here in the middle, it's slit. This piece is slit. So I just put this right down at the edge, bottom, whatever you want to call it, of that, because I don't want it leaking out the back. I'm just going to have a quick look and see. Yeah, it'll be all right. Oops, now it slid. Okay, I just had to do that, guys. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see how much glue I was getting down in there, so see what, you know, kind of a cleanup job I'd have to do. But like, just about like that will be good, okay? So now we're going to top it again, but we're not going to take time to set the little stones in it already, because they're already wired in there. Personally, looking at these side by side, I think I prefer to see this one glued in. I think I prefer that. But I don't know. We'll wait till it's done. We'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to put another the rosebud thing in here. I'm going to be careful I don't pinch myself, and I don't want this. I'm going to have to take it off camera in a minute to do this, guys. I still went over at Hobby. I'm not good at that. Yeah, guys, try to avoid that, or at least don't have somebody sitting by you. Okay, so now I'm going to just put this one in place on top of that hole. So that's looking good already. And then I'm going to put one here, because you can see there's a little bit of that bail is showing there. So personally, I would like to cover that. So I was thinking maybe I would do this, same as I did here, but I saw something else I could maybe try. And this costs less to use. It's this little guy here. So let's just put him there and just see what he looks like. Well, he's cute. But I think if I do that, I need to put a Monte in there. So let's just kind of see how that goes. Yeah, that's kind of pretty. I think I'm going to go with that this time. Just, you know, just trade it up a little bit. Don't need too much. Just enough to get the job done. Okay, so, I just saw something, guys. I'm thinking, what if I had put this down first? See, some did leak out of there. And then put this on it. And put that there. If it be too much, you know what? I'm going to let it go. I'm going to leave it alone. Sometimes you get an idea and then you say, nah, I don't think I'm going to do that. Not this time. So I'm going to take this Rose Monte, which sits up a little higher, and I'm going to put it right there. Ooh, that's all crystal-y, isn't it? Now the trick is to get it to sit up straight, because sometimes I want to rock sideways, especially since it's not being wired in. So just have to kind of put it in. See, it did exactly what I told you I was going to do, rock sideways. All right, now it's in there. I'm just going to put my finger there for a second to kind of get it to seat down. Okay, so we pretty much got everything going down along the side here already. The only thing, see, I see a little glue snag, so I'm going to get that out. Always try to keep those out of your work because they don't look nice, they don't look professional. And one good way, if you're not real sure if you got them all out, then what you should do is take a picture of it. I know I say that all the time, but take a picture of it. That is the best and easiest way to find out if you got it all out of the way. Okay? So be sure to do that. Or you could do it when you get done too, that's fine. So I'm going to take another little guy and just get a little bit of glue on the back, not too much, and I'm going to place it right up under here, just for accent. Alright, now let's see how we proceeded on this side. Now, I did put that bird there, and I don't have another one, so what am I going to do? Well, let's think about it, guys. What you think. See what you think. Now, we could maybe take one of these little compasses and put up there on his wing. That might be kind of cute. And do everything else just about the same. So that's one way. But if we do that, we don't have the dimension that the bird had. So what can we do to compensate for that? Well, if you don't want to do that, I have this little dogwood flower, which we have them on the site. We have quite a few. And this is brass. And I'm just going to take, and I'm just going to kind of manipulate the petals of it. That's what's so great about brass. It's so easy to manipulate. And I'm thinking maybe I'll put it there. But no, since I manipulate it too much, and now it doesn't want to sit down right. So it's going to rock out. And I don't like that either. So I'll put them back down. Just, you don't want to do it too many times, guys, because you could, you know, maybe break a petal off. But this one's pretty strong. So, okay, so let's just say, what if I did that, and then what if I put that in there? See, it wants to, and then, or I could do, yeah, put that in there, and then I have this Rosemont tea that kind of has a collar on it that sits up a little bit. Oh, that looks nice. I like that. Let's do that. We'll try making one like that. Okay, so you get a good bit there, and don't worry if it shows through a little bit, because you're gonna have stuff over top of it, so it is gonna be all good. Don't worry. Do not worry. And then I'm gonna put this in the middle. I love doing this. This is just so relaxing to me. I could just spend the whole day doing this and be happy as a clam. Okay, I'm looking to see if I have any more of these little guys, and I don't. Oh, I wanted the one with the collar anyway, so that's sitting right here. I can't remember where I got these. I have a few sitting around over here on the side of my workspace, but I have to go back in my records and find out where I got these, because I really like them. Most of the time, I don't want something that sits up that high, but there are times when it's just the perfect thing to do. So now I'm going to take the nib off the end of this. Little hanging hole, I should call it. And then I'm going to take and slide it right up in here. Now, those of you that took that class, we didn't have that many. It took, I think, maybe I had 25 in that class. You may have things left from your kit that I made for the class, and I don't have any more of those kits to offer anybody. However, some have been asking me for them ever since last week. And so I'm going to be able to make a few. If you're interested in the kit, you can get in touch with me. They're not on the website. So you'll have to get in touch with Brenda Sue Lansdowne at Facebook, or you can email Jordan, Jordan, at bsuboutiques.com, or you can call me during business hours 9 to 5 Eastern Standard Time, and you can call me at 1-800-868-4393. So, okay, I have this in my hand. I'm trying to think, now where do I want this thing? Where was I going to put it? Maybe I just put it here for now. Okay, now I got to make sure I got it going. Yes, you almost put it down wrong. Almost put it down wrong. Yeah. I might have just wrecked it too. I don't know. Let me see if I can get that off. Sometimes you'll have that. You You know, sometimes stuff just goes in really slick, and other times you end up getting too much all over it and it doesn't look very nice anymore. Don't worry about it. Just give it a pitch and try again. If succeed, you do not. If at first you don't succeed, try again. That's what Grandma used to say. Okay, so now what do I need? Okay, I've got my bigger part, my bigger focal type part there. I mean, I might want to press it down just a little bit. Yeah. Let me look on the side. Yeah, that's good. All right, I like to check, you know, all the angles. Okay, so here, I think here I might try one of my little golden flowers. Now, these are beads, being honest, so we'll have to take and hide the hole. The hole is not huge, but it's big enough you could see it there. So we gotta face it at an angle where that hole is not easily seen. I think this should do it pretty good. You can see a little bit, but you got to turn it way upside down to see that. Okay, so I've got one there. I've got one here. And you know, you don't have to do it the same way every time. In fact, I don't know, maybe this would be better there. Let's try. Let's see. We've got that. And we have also this one. It's kind of wanting to fight me. So I don't know. I think I'm going to go with this one. It's going right down in there and not fighting me, you know. So I kind of want that. I'll put it back this time. I'm not going to put it right there. You don't have to put everything the same as the one before. I'm just kind of doing that because it'll be quicker, you know, to show you and finish up. Sometimes what I like to do too, you might think this is crazy, but it works well. I like to use a pretty jump ring, a nice bright blingy jump ring, and use it kind of almost for like a little collar bezel. So the first thing I need to do is make sure that I have it, you know, nice and flush so it doesn't rock and look stupid. It's hard to tell, kind of. Yeah, I think that's good enough. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, and don't worry if you have some coming out the side, because it just doesn't matter, because you're going to have stuff in there, okay? So I'm going to just put that down like that, as long as I have enough. Now I'm going to put a Monty or a flower in that. So when I do that, that'll cover, you know, almost everything, and then we won't have a problem at all. So let me think what I want to do. Let's try one of these again in there and see. Now see, once it tilt up with that. So we will need to do, oh, I just took it off. See, it's stuck to it. All right, that's all right. We'll fix that. We'll fix that. That's what I love about assemblage. You work with glue, it's easy to fix it. Okay, so right about there, I think. Push it up just a little tiny bit. And then in this one, I had a big rose Monty. Do I want to do that this time? I don't know. That's pretty. I like that. Okay, so I'll do that. Get a little bit here. That's good. We got it. Let's get the seat a little bit better, maybe. If it's off a little bit and you know, the edge of the jump ring is showing, that's not a big problem. Okay, so now what else do we have that we need to fill up? Maybe I'll bring this guy back out and stick it in. No, I don't like that. I'm going to cover a lot of my broadstocks, but I don't want to cover all of it, you know. I don't want to cover it all up. Okay, so that's there. So now I need another one of these. I hope I'm staying on frame for you guys. Let's see. Does it stay on frame pretty good, Javi?
You need to go up and down.
You need to go over more? Okay. All right, so we have that, and then we're gonna we need to do another one of these, I think. Yeah, I think we need to do one there too to make it balance. Let's see.
You can do it!
Yeah. Just try to hide the hole. You know, if you use a bead can make a nice stone a lot of times. You just got to try and hide the hole the best you can. Let me see around the edge there. So yeah, so you can see it showing there. So I'm going to tilt it just a little bit. And then I'll probably do a little caviar in there, and that'll hide that. So then we'll be good with that. Okay, now this slipped. I moved it and it slipped, so I might have, yeah, there's not enough. Put it back there, and then I might put another one of these up in here. Let me see if it fits, because it might need it. Yeah. Okay, so I'll take that edge off. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Need one little more blingy thing there, I think, and then we'll be done. Just have to see which one. I have a bunch of different Rosemontes, so I think I need one that sticks up a little higher, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. What if I do this? Nope, I have one there already. I just got to thinking something. Maybe I take this guy out and put the bling right in there on the tip. That might be interesting. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. Okay, now, if you use these little doohickeys here, you can see they have a little hole in there in the middle. You really should put something over there, but it'd just be something tiny. So in this case, I'll probably just put a little, one of the tiny Rosemontes I have here. Okay, so let's see, right in here. That's good. Okay, now let me just bring these side by side. They're not exactly the same, which is just fine. Don't have to be. I just want to see, do I want to do caviar beads, and where do I want to put them? If I do. Yes, I do. I want to put some right here at the tip. So this is super simple. We did this last week, guys, remember? You just get a little bit of E on your toothpick, and then you just kind of apply, just kind of smear it around where you want those beads to go. Now, I don't want to have a whole lot there on that corner, so I'm not putting a lot, but I'm coming around down about like this. And if you don't have the glue applied just, you know, everywhere there, they won't stick. So you got to be sure that you have enough. Now I have my little vial here that I'm going to open up. Probably just have to take this. All right. All right. That's a little bit too much. And that's what happens. They roll off. Of course, then when they roll off, they tend to get lost. So you don't have too much of that. But I can probably scoop some of it with my fingers and put back. Let's see. Okay, what else do I got? Where else? I want to put some down in here. Maybe a little in the middle. A little in the middle. And then what I do when that's all dry, I will get a little bit of, if you have some Jewelry Shield or some Sensa Guard, that's like that clear lacquer that goes on the back of brass rings and stuff to keep you from having an allergic reaction. You can also use it as a little bit of lacquer too. So you could take and go over it with a dot of that, or if all else fails and you don't have anything like that, a little bit of clear nail polish. I'm going to take that whole thing off there because it's acting up. A little bit of clear nail polish, and then when you do that, it secures the beads there, and they won't, they won't wear off. I found that out years ago when I was making my line for the stores, and I used a lot of this kind of thing down in lacquer, but I didn't glue it on first. So one store got their shipment, and they were not happy because they said, "Oh, this gold stuff is coming off everywhere." They were talking about the microbeads, so I had them send it all back, and then I fixed that up, and I realized I have to be careful with that. Oh, got too much. But it's staying. So I'm okay with that. Okay, let's see. Where do we have it on the other side? I had a little bit right in here. And once again, you don't have to copy something you did before. I'm just doing it because I thought it would make it easier for us today. And I'm not copying exactly either. When I use something else, I'm telling you what I'm using that's different and why. Okay, but we're getting there. We're almost done. Woohoo! All right, so where else do we go? We've got a little bit here that we need to do. And of course, when we finish it up, and you get your caviar beads, all stabilized by putting a little bit of something over top of them, and you let it cure and set up. Then what you're going to want to do is make a nice chain for it, and we've done that many times, and I know you've seen many other videos where people do it. It's very simple. You can string one if you want. You can use just chain. You can string beads, you can use just chain, or if you want to gypsy bead it, however you think it's good. I use silver chain on this one here, and I like it, but I may change it. I might take that and swap it for a few little gold beads going up the side, just because, I like a lot of balance. But I also really like the mixed media, or not mixed media, the mixed metals look there too. So, I just maybe have to think about it a little bit more. Okay, so I'm trying to remember where to put that. Okay. I want some right in here, just a little bit. Let's see if I can get some of these on there and use them up. Sometimes you just can't see where you put it all, and you have to just go ahead and kind of douse it a little bit to see where it sticks. Yeah, it's stuck there. Okay, so now I'm thinking I just need a little bit up here and around, and then I'll be done. I don't want to get too much on here. I might even take a little bit off. And to do that, you just kind of go with your finger and just kind of dust it off a little bit. Move it around a little bit. Not hard. And if you don't like these things, don't use them. That's all I gotta say. It's your design. If you like them, we have them, or they're not hard to find. You may have some already. I bet you do. But you don't have to use them. Okay, now is that on there somewhere, or did it just go rolling across? No, it wasn't on. Okay, so now I'm going to go up in here. I'm just going to sprinkle again. This is the last place where I put. Okay, that's good. So yeah, I did waste a little bit, but fortunately it's not expensive, so that's good. Just kind of get a little bit of that excess off. Okay. Okay, this is pretty good. I might monkey with it a little bit. Yeah, I might take and apply a few of these little tiny pearls maybe down in here. I might put a few of those and right around in here. Maybe I'll do that just because I can. But I don't have to, okay? So I told you how, I put the silver on up here. You don't have to if you don't want to. This is cast beads that are, rosary beaded together. I don't know what I'll do for this one. I'll have to figure it out in a little bit. Right now, I have to figure out how much this caviar I want to leave sitting on there. And then fix it so it stays. And then, of course, now you can hang whatever you want from the bottom. You can put a big ring and put, all kinds of charms and stuff hanging down, make it kind of like a waterfall pendant, and that's nice. Today, when I made mine, I decided I had this little pocket watch thing. Some time ago, I purchased what was left of the timepieces line from 1928. They had a bunch of bits and pieces, like watch faces and guts and watch guts and some cases and stuff I bought from Mr. Bernie, and I still have some. And I thought, wouldn't it be cute? So the way I made this, and I'm going to check and see how much of this stuff I've got, and then if I have enough, maybe I'll do a video next time, or maybe I'll do it anyway, just show you how I did it, and you'll find your own watch case and you'll be on your way. But the way I did this, it's behind glass, and so it's kind of like slightly magnified, and I just put down stuff onto the back of this part. See this piece right here? This lifted right off. So I just kind of made a little assemblage right in there inside, and then I glued it back on, and voila. So when you look in there, you see little flowers and stuff like under the glass. I kind of like that look, so next time I'll show you how I achieved that, but it may be up to you to find the case, so we'll see. I found like 9 of them, but I have to see about getting the backs off and stuff. Okay, so that's where I am with it. I see a few little things that I want to trim up on this, but basically I'm done. They're a lot the same, not entirely, which is fine. So anyway, I hope you want to try this. I hope you like. I do not have a kit for this project right here per se. I never did. But we have this butterfly on the site. We have the bales. And I am doing a mini assemblage kit right now, which is very generous. All kinds of stuff in it. Lockets from last week. And lots of Rosemontees, which aren't real easy to find. I'm going to put my compasses in there and charms, and I've just got all kinds of stuff that I've pulled out, and the kits are $60, and that includes your shipping in the United States. So that's pretty good, because shipping's pretty chunky these days. It's not a little little tiny thing. So anyway, so yeah, so I have that. So if you want one, get a hold of us, and we'll make one up for you now. If you see this down the road, you feel, you see this in a few months or whatever, and you want one, just give me a holler. If I'm able to do it, I will. But it's best if you contact me directly. You can contact Brenda Sue Lansdowne, Lansdowne, at Messenger on Facebook too, and get hold of me. So anyway, this was a fun project. I thought it was anyway, so I hope you'll have some fun with it. I see some things I want to change on this one already and this one, but it's the basics. So you'll do it your way. So I hope you have fun with it, and I'm glad you joined us today, and we will look forward to next week. Yay!